All right. All right. Hi, good morning, co-banker George. Nice to see you. I hope you had a nice weekend. Um, for the last week, there was a lot of talk about the interest rate. A lot of people are speculating whether the Fed is going to raise it, stay put, or lower it. But then they made that decision on last Wednesday, and they decided to hold it the way it is, and then that's a little bit of disturbing from Jerome Powell saying that he didn't see any stagnation. He doesn't even this there's two components, right? For stagnation, you have to stay stagnant and inflation, right? He said he didn't see any of those two factors. So obviously he's not really concerned about reducing the interest rate anytime soon. And we were expecting that in March, and then now it's May. There's not likely to be any reduction in June, and probably sometime in September. But now it's all up in the air now. So we're not even sure whether we're going to have any reduction of interest rate by the end of the year. But anyway, keep our fingers crossed, and there's not much we can do. We can just do our best and to anticipate what's going to happen. So I don't have a crystal ball, and nobody has a crystal ball. So we just have to hang on, keep our fingers crossed, and do the best we can. Okay. And now the weather is really good for marketing and for farming. So door knocking is an option, and I can tell you that there are some agents in our office that did the door knocking and have been very successful. So this is one way that you can increase your productivity by door knocking and go out to the community and get yourself acquainted. Okay. Now today we are going to have Alba Moy to be our keynote speaker. But before I open up the floor to the affiliates, I would like to make a couple announcements for the housekeeping purposes. And the first one is the Global Luxury program by Coop Banker franchise. It's open for enrollment, and this is a very good program that will open up the door to the global luxury market. But in order to do that, you must be certified by the Coop Banker Global Luxury Program, in which you must finish the programs that they have set up for you within 2 years. Once you register, you have to finish the course within 2 years, and then you must have done at least 3 global luxury deals in order to qualify. But once you qualify, that will really open the door to you for the global luxury market. And you know that once you get into it, you have a lot more connection with the high-end houses, and that could be a good way where you can increase your production and increase your revenue. Okay. And the second announcement that I have to make is that today is the last day for the switching of your Outlook email account to your general email account. In other words, you should have set up your new email account and then switch it from the Outlook to your new email account. And the Outlook will continue to forward your messages from the Outlook to your new Gmail email account. So today is the last day. So I understand that there's only about a couple of people that hasn't done that. So I'm glad that most of you has already completed. So but nevertheless, today is the last day. Okay. And then the third announcement is about the annual award ceremony for Coop Banker George. It's going to happen on the 17th of May at 12 o'clock at the restaurant, the restaurant by name of Array 36 in Temple City. This is the restaurant that is owned by our boss, James Chow. And this sub restaurant is really a high-end restaurant and very good food, excellent venue, and a lot of good decorations, and the food is excellent too. So I'm looking forward to it. And for people that who has not the RSVP, please do so, as because the last day of RSVP is this Friday. Okay, so I hope that you will. Not everybody is invited, but I hope that people who get invited will have a good time with the award ceremony. Okay. All right. Now, with that, I would like to introduce the affiliate first. I thank them for coming to the meeting, and let's do John. John, you're the first one today, so
thank you,
you'll be
Peter.
the first one to speak.
Thank you, and thank you for allowing us to be on this call and Zoom. Hello, Coldwell Banker George family. I just want to let you know that this is the best time to be out there and make all the contacts you can. Stay in touch with your sphere of influence and use the social media information. We have stuff on our blog at the bottom of our page that you can share with your database, and always be available to your clients. Don't miss phone calls, just like me. When a phone call comes in, I pick it up right away, because you want to make sure that you're there and showing that you care about them. The other thing is, I want to remind you, on the 15th, so it's a week from this Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a class which is going to give you the updates on the NHD industry, which is going over AB 1280, the NHD statement page, the new fire zone changes, as well as AB 225, which is the booklet change, and the SB 505, just to name a few, which is the property insurance. So I'm here for you. I've been you 30 years of experience, and I'm going to put some of my information in the chat. Let's have a wonderful day and a great May. Thank you.
Thank you, John. It seems that you're really updated on the new laws, huh? You quoted some new laws that we have to be aware of for 2024.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, Kitten, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing just fine. I hope you guys can all say the same. To keep it short today, if you have any clients that are running into issues closing escrow, don't let escrow fall through. I can get you guys something on the insurance side of things that'll help you guys close escrow. So, there's likely to be issues. So when that arises, don't hesitate to reach out. So thank you guys and take care. Have an awesome week.
Okay, thank you very much, Kitten. All right, Andrew, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Peter. Hi, morning, everyone. This is Andrew from Pacific Alliance Bank. We are still promoting SBA construction as well as non-QM loans here. We're here to help you in what we can. And for CD rates, we're still paying 5% APY for 6 months. And the rate would be much lower if it gets longer. Anyway, I'm here to help. My info is on the chat room. Give me a call with any leads or any questions going to any type of loans like you have right now. Look forward to talk to you soon. Thank you.
Do you do a lot of SBA in your bank?
Yes, matter of fact, right now, yeah, I have one big SBA deal, $4.44 million right now. We are in the final phases of getting RCA done. We also have hired a very experienced person to help us out later on, and we have a couple of leads on SBA loans. And matter of fact, for SBA loans, we'll be able to pay agents 1 to 1.25% for any referrals when loans fund in.
How much?
1% to 1.25 based on loan amount.
Okay.
Referral fee for all agents. So all you have to do is just give me a call. Let me know. I can contact your customer. If it's funded, and I'll pay. BIM will pay you, not me. I won't pay you, but BIM will pay you accordingly.
Does the agent have to be MLO, mortgage loan?
You know what? Matter of fact, yes. Must be licensed with valid, MLO. agent's license, or you can under like I said,
Under co-banker
your
George,
company,
right?
that's fine too. Yes, that's fine. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, oh, I need to leave. When I contact customer and you can leave everything to me, I'll handle it. Once loan funded, we'll pay accordingly based on 1.25%, based on the rate and based on the type of loan we do.
Yeah, maybe you should have lunch and learn for us someday and explain the different way of getting loans from your bank.
Yeah, you know what, matter of fact, I love that, but right now I'm very busy. I'm also with construction, commercial, as well as, what's called the mortgage loans. So, I mean, CEO and I, we talked about it, and we'd like to make a time to visit your company, do a live presentation to you as an agent, and I'll contact you very soon to schedule an appointment, okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And then we'll provide a pizza lunch as well to all agents attended.
All right, Andrew.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Peter.
Next is,
Thank you.
okay, Unita Wu, home warranty.
Morning, Peter.
America,
Good morning,
yeah.
everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, the 13-month home warranty. We do give additional 1 month free. Also, let me know if there is any home warranty needs. Please always CC me a copy because we want to make sure we gave you the correct information. Sometimes the house maybe has a pool, maybe has an ADU or things like that. Sometimes we as a rep, we don't go into the property directly, so we don't know. That's why we like to order the home warranty and send you back the invoice for an approval for you and the buyers to be okay with it. If you guys have any question, please reach out to me. I do have an English brochure. We have a Chinese brochure, a Spanish brochure. So we could be able to kind of give it to the buyer to review. And I'm here to help you as well. And I do speak English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Indonesian. Thank you guys. And thank you for letting me be here, and have a wonderful week.
How did you have time to have 4 languages under your sleeve? When did you have the time to learn that?
Because I was born in Indonesia, that's what I speak, but I am Chinese, so then I speak Mandarin as well because of
Wow.
my parents.
Wow,
So,
that's wonderful. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. It helps to have more languages,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
Uh,
what I try to keep my kids to learn that, but it's really tough right
It's very
now.
hard. Yeah, very hard. Okay, thank you very much. And I think that's all the affiliates other than Alba. So are there any affiliates that I haven't called that would like to speak at this time? Well, if not, then we'll come to our highlight speaker today, Alba Moy from Moy Escrow, and everybody knows Alba. Alba is a very familiar figure in our office. She comes in very often to our office and greet our agents, and she's always amiable, very knowledgeable, and eager to help. And so today she will give us some insight into the escrow world. So Alba, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Peter. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alba from Moy Escrow. I'm just down the street at 1138 South Garfield. This is my 45th year of doing escrow. I started when I was 5 years old, and I love it. I just love the escrow, the whole process, and it's just so exciting for me. I'm just so blessed to be able to work in a profession that I enjoy. I eat, sleep, and think about escrows all the time. And we started Moy Escrow in 1990, February 5th, 1990, and we just celebrated our 34th anniversary. And we are a friendly staff. We're here to help you whenever you need. Here I am. I wanted to talk a little bit about trust sales. And trust sales is when the property is under the living trust, when your seller and buyer, when your seller transfer the property from their individual name to the trust. So the trust will be the seller of the property. If the original trustors, which is the only original sellers, are the sellers of the trustees of the trustors of the trust, then a certification of trust will be sufficient. But always ask for a copy of the trust and a copy of any amendments to the trust, because the trust might have different, additional trustees. If one of the owners is passed away, then the surviving trustee will be executing all the documentation. And, they will have to prepare an affidavit of trustee for the husband or the wife. And sometimes the surviving trustee might have a co-trustee with the children or someone else if they can handle the affairs themselves. And if the trustee has mental issues like dementia, Alzheimer's, need mental care or memory care, then the successor trustee will take over and will be required 2 physicians' letters to state that the person cannot handle their business affairs. Yeah. When a person is alive, when the trustors and trustees are alive, their social security number is used as the tax ID number for the trust. But when they pass away, then they need to obtain an EIN number, an employee identification number, which is the tax ID number. They can obtain that from the Treasury Department. And, so a trust certification is required on all transactions where they name the trustees, the trustors, successor trustees, and all the powers they have. And also to remember that they need to have an account under the name of the trust. Most clients, they do not have an account under the trust. They have their names. But when we close the escrow, we need to transfer the proceeds to their trust account under the name of the trust. And because the trust is the seller of the property. Okay. And on probate transactions, if it's court confirmation required, of course, you got to have to court confirmation, and they might be subject to overbids. And the other part of probate is the letters of administration and letters of testamentary, and where they name the executor or the administrator to handle the estate. And some of them have full authority. If it has full authority, then there's no court approval required. But if it's limited authority, then court approval must be obtained. When you have the letters, you must remember that the attorney has to file a notice of proposed action, where they give notices to all the beneficiaries, and in case they have objections to the sale, so they have 15 days to respond. So if in 15 days if they don't respond, that is assumed that is approved. Okay, so that's it, must have that file. And I also wanted to point out the wire. There's a lot of wire fraud. It's just so important to verify the information that your client receives is the actual wire instructions, because we have here so much where the wires are being sent to the wrong accounts, or somebody else hacking to your system, and then they send it to the wrong places, and it goes into limbo. So then you cannot close your transactions, and it takes a while. And do you have any questions for me?
Alba,
I tried to talk slower. I'm sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. Alba, if they have the whole trust, and even when some of them have a memorandum of trust that it was a short version of the trust, do you still have the certificate for the trust?
Yes, the title
to be
company requires
notarized?
a certification of trust for all the transactions,
For all
even if
the
they have a copy of the trust.
And they have to notarize it.
Right, it must be notarized.
Yeah, okay. So because that a lot of people I think it's too much trouble, getting notarized and all that. I thought it was you will accept the original trust document. They will lay out all the all the names of the successor trustee as well as the trustees, but I say most of the escrow and title needs the certificate of trust nowadays.
Right.
I have a question.
Sure.
Alba, if there are a lot of members or brothers or sisters, and let's say 7 or 8 of them, and it's one that says, no, I don't wanna, so that person will hold all the transaction, or
Yes, if someone objects, then they will hold up the transaction. So then they gotta go to court. We are finding a lot of the times now that when the parents pass away, the children, sometimes there are 6, 10 children, and then they usually have like 2 co-trustees, and they usually don't get along. So each of them don't trust the other, and they do have attorneys. Each of them have attorneys involved. So if there's a they don't agree, then they can have to get an attorney and have the court make the decision.
okay.
But if you
Thank
have if you have a designated successor trustee, that successor trustee will become the trustee of the trust at the time after the death of the original trustee. So
Correct.
the successor trustee who becomes the trustee can do all the transaction by itself, by himself. You
It-
don't need to,
Oh,
you
that's
don't
a
need
big
to
Except,
have
deal.
approval
except
from.
when there are like 2 or 3 co-trustees,
Yeah.
successor trustees, then there is a disagreement.
But usually
gotcha.
it's very rare because even if you're two co-trustees, then they can say that you know which one is the more priority, you know, first one and second one, or whether they, you know, any one of them can make a decision. So if anyone can make a decision, then the trustee will make the decision for everybody, for all the beneficiaries.
Right.
Mhm.
A lot of the times we're asked if an attorney, an attorney in fact can sign on behalf of the trust. Usually no, unless the trust allows that. So usually, you know, the trustee will be signing a successor trustee.
Yeah. Any question for Alba?
Alba, what did EIN stand for?
Oh, employee identification number.
Yeah.
That's a tax ID number.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to have if you have a trust, you're supposed to get an EIN number. But if the original trustee, you can use your original, or you can use your social security number for that
Oh, okay.
Correct.
trust. Yeah. It's only when you know, both die, both trustees die, then you have to have a EIN number for the trust because you are no longer the equity owner of the of the trust anymore.
So Alba, when you have a revocable trust and it turns into an irrevocable trust, is there anything different about that?
Okay. And most trusts are revocable when the original trustors and trustees are alive. But once they pass away, the trust still a revocable trust, but it's irrevocable because they cannot make any changes when the person passes away.
Right.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Yes.
Okay, any more questions for Alba?
I have one for
Oh,
Alma.
you have? Okay.
It's
Go ahead,
Catherine, yeah.
Catherine.
Alma, and it should be stated that when someone passed, whoever is a trustee or someone, it have to be a person that's living in that house for the tax purpose.
They don't have, the successor trustees doesn't have to be living in the property.
It have to be someone in there for the tax purposes, you know, like when I can't remember, but anyway, but it have to be someone in there because I do trusts all the time and probates, and it have to be someone living in that property of the children that's going to be responsible. And a lot of times it is the person that is the trustee.
Yeah.
You know what, for the tax purposes.
Okay, I understand. Then there's no withholding for the franchise tax board. It was an owner occupied by the decedent.
Right.
It's within 2 years. So there's no withholding for that. Because normally if it's a non-owner occupied property, the state of California requires 3.333% withholding of the sales price. So then just it's for withholding. But when they do their taxes, if they don't have to pay, then they'll get a refund. And if they have to pay, then they gotta pay.
Okay.
All right. Franco, you have some questions?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. So any more questions for Alba? Well, if not, we'll move on. Thank you so much, Alba. Very good
Thank you.
information.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much. Thank you, Peter.
speaking
Thank you,
to us.
everybody, for allowing me to be here.
Okay. Now, at this
you, Alba.
point, do we have any affiliate that came in late, or you want to speak to us? If not, I would like to bring in Doug Meyer for the business in Arcadia. Doug, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hang on.
Okay, there you go.
Let me get my volume up. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Arcadia is still here. We're doing well. Thank you. Unfortunately, I'm a little short-staffed today. One person took half a day off. Another one was on vacation, and another one the computer broke down. So I don't have as much information as I should, but I will fill you in next week. but we do have some. I'll tell you about two new listings we have. Helen Lee has got a lease, a condo in Pasadena on Mentor, 2-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,700 a month. And Andy Sue has got a commercial. No, I'm sorry, I think it's a house on Ben Camp in San Gabriel, 2-bedroom, 1-bath for $890. So those are two listings, and 4 of our most recent sales. David Wynn did a commercial lease in Los Angeles. Alma Aguilar had a listing sale in Palmdale for $400,000. Palmdale, not bad. Dorothy Lee had a listing sale in Fontana, a condo, $545,000. And Suki Husky sold some property in Los Angeles on Hampshire Avenue for $1,540,000. But we do have other deals, but I'll have to tell you next week, okay? Sorry about that, but thank you guys. Great meeting, Peter.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Now, as for Alhambra, we're pretty slow this last week. We only had one listing, which is residence in Menifee by Anna Lasorda for 625,000. And that's the only listing that we had for last week. And for sales, we have 2 sales, both are leases. And the first one is by Alex Agoda in Alhambra for 30,000. Congratulations, Alex. Good job. I think you're doing more leases now, huh, Alex? That's a good sign. Very good. Very good. Yeah, you do. It seems like you're enjoying it too. Okay, very good. Congratulations. And then and the other lease is by Shimei Cam, $122,785 for the condo in Monterey Park. So that's all the business for our Alhambra office. So Alex, you have questions?
Peter, my listing in Covina, 825 South Fenimore.
Yeah.
We got multiple offers. I did open house last weekend, and it was like a supermarket. And Saturday it was like 80 people, and Sunday was something similar. But anyway, we got multiple offers, and finally we select the 2 highest and best. And we counted out, and finally yesterday around 5 p.m. when my clients arrived on Arizona, they told me we decided to go with this. So I already contact the auto agent, and I sent all the paperwork to Anna already. Well, I did it on a Skylog, and then I'm gonna send the information to escrow to Alba, by the way, very soon.
So how long is the escrow?
That's the escrow.
How long is the escrow?
Oh, 20 days escrow.
20 days?
We got it like 10 days on the market only.
Wow.
And again, it was multiple offers. And this is a previous client of mine from 1995.
Wow, that's great.
See?
So you can never tell when your sphere of influence will pay off, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's good. Congratulations. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any more listings or sales that we missed? Or you want to have, do you have any price reductions that you want to advertise? Please speak out now. Anybody? Okay, well, I guess everybody is kind of quiet today, huh? Okay. Alba, you have questions?
Me?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a question? It seems like that.
I'm good.
Oh, you good?
Congrats. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right, then I'll do the presentation today. I have something to share with you. It's about the DRE, which I usually update with the DRE information with you every 3 months. So it's about time for today. So let me see, where's my presentation? Okay. Where is another screen? How come I have this? Okay, let me. Oh, what happened to my?
By the way, that was my aunt that she's visiting me from Costa Rica and she's leaving tomorrow. So that's why she's doing last minute shopping and stuff like that. So I told her, don't worry about
Can you
it.
see my
Everybody in
screen?
California knows that you're here.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I do. Oh, no.
No, we do not.
No,
No?
Peter.
No?
No.
Oh, what
Your
happened?
box with your face in.
Oh, what happened? Ah, how do I share my screen now? This is not the screen that I have.
Who's the one who set up the Zoom today?
I set up the screen, the Zoom. Share. No, this is not.
Yeah.
The one. No,
We
that's.
see it now.
Yeah, but this is not the. Okay, let me see. Can you see me? See it?
No. Yes, Peter.
Yes.
DLE update?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes, we had the update.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Sorry, a little listen. All right. As I said, I usually update you every 3 months about what's happening in DLE, and that's what I will do today. Okay. And as you know that we have a new commissioner for DLE. Chika Sunquist became the 25th DLE commissioner after Douglas Macaulay, who retired at the end of 2023. Now, Chika Sunquist used to be the assistant commissioner of enforcement, where he investigated into complaints about the agents. So when she was the assistant commissioner, everybody is afraid to talk to her. All the agents are afraid to talk to her because if she talked to you, then you must have done something wrong, right? So. But now that she is the commissioner, and she seems to be more amicable. And last time in the town hall meeting with her, she seemed to be very amicable and very friendly. And she jokingly said that, hey, you're welcome to talk to me now. You don't have to worry about the consequences. So if that's the case, then you can always email her if you have any questions. Okay, so that's our new commissioner, Chika Sunquist. Now, another thing that's happening in the DLE is that they are kicking off the multi-year effort to refresh the real estate licensing exam. As you know, that every 5 to 7 years, the DLE will do revamp the exam in order to reflect what is happening in the market and what's happening in the industry. So right now they are getting the feedback from all the brokers and agents up and down to California, and then trying to revamp the exam questions. Now, undoubtedly, a lot of things has happened in real estate, and a lot of new laws happen in the real estate, and so this revamping of the exam questions will have a significant impact on the real estate examinations. So if the DLE approach you or contacted you to get feedback, be generous to offer your opinion. Okay, that will be very helpful for the examination development process. And so this EDP is expected to wrap up by December 2024. We still have about 6 months to go. Okay, so that's what is happening in the DLE. Now, as you know that there are a lot of new laws and a lot of in particular, there are a lot of new laws in the real estate. And the DLE just reminded us that, hey, we should be cognizant of what's happening and we should abide by those DLE, the new laws in the real estate. So I'm just going to go through some of them with you. So that you have an idea of what you have to comply with, okay? Now, beginning of January 1st, the Assembly Bill 12 will limit the amount of the security that the landlord can charge for the tenants. So it used to be that you can charge, you know, up to 1 month, 2 months, or up to even 3 months for furnished apartments. But now you can only charge 1 month security deposit, no matter whether it's a furnished or unfurnished unit. The only exception is that if you are a small landlord who are the natural person or limited liability company in which all their members are natural persons, and if you own no more than 2 residential properties and for aggregate not more than 4 units, then you be able to qualify for the small landlord, and then you can charge up to two months rent for the security deposit. Except that if the tenant is a service member, you still have to apply by 1 month. Okay, so no more than 1 month, and in any circumstances for any others, if the tenant is a service member in a military service member. Okay. So that's AB 12. AB 225 that will give you funding for the HOA, not the HOA, but the homeowner's guide to the environmental hazard booklet, which John mentioned about. They have to include the information regarding the wildfires, climate change, and sea level rise. And also the bill requires the Department of Toxic Substances Control to seek the advice and the assistance of the departments in the Natural Resources Agency in updating their booklet. So this booklet just has to be updated and has to include all the information regarding the wildfire, climate control, and sea level. Okay, and then the AB 572 is for any homeowner association that are formed after January 1st, 2025. It will prohibit those HOA to assess assessment more than 5% plus the CPI for any deed restricted housing units. In other words, if you belong to the subsidized units, and then the HOA cannot assess more than 5% plus the CPI increase on you. And except that, you know, if the development is 20 or fewer units, or if the percentage of the deed restricted affordable units exceeds what is required by a local ordinance. Okay, so that's AB 576. Now for the AB 648, that they authorized the HOA to hold both the board meeting and also the member meeting entirely by the teleconference without any physical location. So that's an improvement, because a lot of people don't want to come in person to have a meeting anymore. So this will give the HOA the legitimate venue for holding meetings, for board meetings and members meetings. Okay. AB 968 it requires all the seller of a single family residence to report all the work done or the repairs that was done within the last 18 months, and it includes all the repairs that is $500 or more. And then you have to report who's doing that, what's the work, what is the work, repair work all about, and also whether you have a permit for their work that is being done. Then this disclosure requirement applies on or after July 1st, 2024. So beginning from in 2 months, this you have to do. So anybody who's selling a family unit, they have to report all the works that has been done by the previous 18 months. And then AB 1280, which was what John was talking about a little bit before. It was the revised the natural hazard disclosure statement that the seller of a single family resident property is required to provide to the buyer. And now it includes that, whether the property is located in a very high or very high fire hazard zone, and then you have to tell who's responsible for the enforcement of the fire protection, and whether there's a local ordinance that affect the protection, the fire protection. Okay. All right, and then AB 1345 is that when you have an exclusive listing, it cannot be more than 24 months. In 24 months, it can expire automatically. And for any renewal, it cannot be more than 12 months after that. And also, you cannot record the listing agreement in any of the properties. So some people think that wow, if I record the listing properly on the property, then it will give a public notice to anybody, and so they will discourage other people to get the listing. This is not allowed anymore. So you cannot record the exclusive listing on the property that's affected. Okay, and then the listing the listing agreement has to be no more than 24 months, and the renewal has to be less than 12 months. And then AB 1418 is it will prohibit the local government to penalize against the tenants or landlord for reporting the unlawful activities to the law enforcement agencies. So that would discourage the local and law enforcement agencies to penalize for tenants or the landlord for reporting nuisances. And also the local government will not be allowed to require or encourage a landlord to perform the criminal background checks on tenants or applicants. So you really cannot, you cannot get any criminal information on the tenants or any of the applicants. That is not allowed by law anymore. And then AB 1620, it will amend the Cost Hawkins Rent Control Act to allow the tenant who has a disability to move from one floor to another in order to facilitate the accessibility. So in other words, if a disabled person used to live in the third floor, now if there's a vacancy in the first floor, the tenant on the third floor can come to relocate to the first floor without any change of rent or any cost to them. So this allows the disabled person to move to more accessible area. So that's help the handicapped the tenant. And then the Senate Bill 143 is to require the DLE to create a registration system that conforms with the federal law permitting the military servicemen and their spouses who are in California on the military orders. So what it does is that it allows the military personnel or the military service members to, if they have a license in other states, they can come to California and practice real estate activities. Because normally you can, if you have a license in New York, you cannot come to California and practice real estate, and vice versa. But for the service member they have exceptions. So if they have license in New York, they can come to California and practice real estate as normally as a California licensee. Okay, but they have to show that you know that particular service person has to show that they having actively use their license during the 2 years immediately preceding their relocation. And then you have to provide the DLE, the copy of the military order showing that the relocation to California, and also that he's in good standing with the licensing authority of each state. And then lastly, you have to submit to DLE, the authority, for the purpose of standard of practice. In other words, the fulfillment of any continual education requirements. So you still have to fulfill the continuing education requirement and all the standard practice in California. But nevertheless, if you have a license in other states, you can come to California and practice as a California licensee can do. And SB 267 is but what if the tenant has a government subsidized, the landlord cannot ask them for the credit, the FICO score, and they cannot use the FICO score to qualify for their tenancy. But they still can use the source, not the source of income, but the adequacy of the income to pay the rent. In other words, they have to show their financial ability to show the rent. Now, but their financial the ability, it can include the subsidized amount. In other words, if the rent is $1,200, and if the Section 8 pays at 1,000, the tenant only have to show that they have the capability of paying $200 per month for the rent. They still have to show their financial ability, but you cannot use the FICO score to disqualify them from tenancy. Okay, okay. So in other words, the tenants can say that, okay, I get so much from the Section 8, I have enough money to pay the rent. That's all you can ask them. You cannot ask them where he get the money from. Okay, and SB 567 it deals with the no fault just cause eviction provision of the Tenant Protection Act of 2019. They if you violate the no fault just cause eviction, and this bill will be able to enable the tenants to sue the landlord for the triple the damages and the punitive damage, as well as the legal enforcement by the Attorney General and the city attorney or county's council. So this will give them plenty of ammunitions to sue the landlord if you violate the no fault just cause eviction. And then SB 712 prohibits the landlord from the tenant disallowing a tenant from owning personal micro mobility devices. Those are micro mobility devices such as the motor animals, the electrical moped or electrical bicycle or electrical scooters. You can not disallow the tenant for having that in the premises. It used to be that the landlord doesn't want those micro mobility devices in their premises because it's dirty, it's cumbersome, and it can sometimes create some damages to the property. But now because of SB 712, you cannot discriminate that. You have to allow the tenants to have those micro mobility devices. And some of these devices are very important for students, like people, you know, the students, and when they have to commute from the school, from where they live to the school, they have to use those micro mobility devices, and that is a very convenient devices for them. So that this law allowed them to keep more micro mobility devices in their apartment. Okay, SB 887 is they allow the DRE to accept application to the consumer recovery account electronically. So now everything is, you can do it electronically now. It used to be that the DRE has a lot of things that you have to do it in writing, and you have to submit that in writing. But now you can do it electronically. It's much more convenient. Okay, the last item that I want to cover is the Dream for All program. Now, as you know, starting from April 4, they have the second round of the Dream for All program, where they have the shared appreciation loan program, which they will give the borrower up to 20% of the purchase price for down payment, or closing costs, up to a maximum of $150,000. Hey, this is a very good help for the first home buyers, you know, because now there are a lot of first-time home buyers cannot afford to have the down payment, and the interest rate is too high, they cannot qualify. So this is a lifesaver for them. Okay, and but then this program you must qualify. You have to have the borrower of the loan must be first-time home buyers. You know, if you already have another home, or this is the second time you buy a home, you cannot qualify. And also your income has to fall below some standards. It varies from location to location. So in the county, I think I don't know, I forgot, there's about 45,000 per year, and you know, and you have to qualify for that. And then also you have to take the 8 hours home buyer education course, and after that you think that you're well informed, and then you still want to go through the program, then you can go through the program. But you have to do that 8 hours video first, and see it for yourself. And also you have to realize that, hey, this is not a gift program. It has to be paid back. And then also you have to share the appreciation with the Cal Haifa. So you know, you can, in other words, if after 2 years you sell the property, you get appreciation. You have to share you know, the 20% with the Cal Haifa, or the person who loan you the money. Okay, so this is a very good program for the first home buyers, and it's going fast. You know, once it come out, it goes very fast. So you do it the pre-qualify first, and then and you know, make sure that you don't miss the chance. Okay, and if you have further questions, you can go to their website, and they have an elaborate information that you can access. Okay, so that's all I have for the update. And do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, Alex.
Yeah, Peter, now that I had a condominium for lease, you know, I got a few applications, but and the AB 1418 that I mentioned is the owner cannot use the what was it, the
FICO score.
the crime history, or the crime history of FICO score,
Yeah.
especially the crime history. So that's a very disadvantage for the owners. Do you think?
Why?
If that person already have been evicted or whatever from another, because problems with whatever they have.
FICO score means that your credibility, you know, your credit score. In other words, it doesn't affect your ability to pay. You have to show your ability to pay, but The FICO score, you cannot use the FICO score to gauge the.
No, I'm not talking about the FICO score. I'm talking about the crime. You know the auto
Oh, the
inspection
crime?
that they do if they're being evicted from another office,
Yeah,
from another
evicted, you can
house,
do
and stuff like
that.
that.
But you cannot get the criminal activity or criminal record for those to your tenants.
Well, again, that's my point. I mean,
I'm sorry, that's what that's what the state wants to do. They don't want you to pry into the criminal activity in order to see if they're qualified for the tenancy.
okay.
Well, call up Newsom. He will be
He
glad to
doesn't respond my
to
calls.
talk to you.
He doesn't respond my calls.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes, Steve, this
Yes,
is
Steve.
Steve. I'm
Yes.
talking about the AB 968. And you are talking about anything about $500 of repair
Yeah.
cost.
Yes.
If you are doing just some kind of remodeling of the property, and quite a few people, homeowners I know, as long as I know, they don't use the GC, they just use the handyman. How do you disclose that? Do you still need to disclose that?
Yes, you still have to disclose. Anything is over $500, you have to disclose.
Oh my, okay, so regardless if these handyman have a license
Yeah,
or without a
regardless.
license?
No, well, regardless whether the handyman has license or not, but you should have a licensed contractor to do it for you.
But for such instance such as my client just have someone to paint the house.
Yeah.
And usually the painter, I don't know is any painter have a so-called license or not. You still need to disclose that?
Yeah, you have to disclose whether he's licensed or unlicensed. But for your protection, you should get licensed contractors. Yeah, because if they get hurt in your property, there can be problems. I see that happen a lot of times.
I see. Okay, that's what I'm going to advise my clients.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
and also back to the AB 1418 we've been discussed. In case it's, well, someone is a murderer. Someone just killed someone and have been convicted and get out from the jail. Say serial murderer.
Yeah.
And you still cannot reject this application.
No, you cannot actively look into it. I mean, if somebody told you already, yeah, you can. Nothing will prevent you from knowing it, but you cannot ask them or look into it or to pry into their criminal records.
See, if that guy is on the news, then you say, yeah, I can reject you.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, of course. If you know about it, if you don't think that's a good fit for you, yeah, you can reject the tenant.
That is very ambiguous because you know how to define activity.
Yeah.
How do you act? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Okay. Any more questions? Franco, you want to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. If there's no more questions, I wish you a very happy or a very nice
Have a great week
ahead.
and happy Mother's Day to the mothers
Yeah,
on
happy
Sunday.
Mother's Day too. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.